just saw, we just did a couple of things on the brick today. We just took off the broken exhaust, as well as installing a MOMO wheel provided by my buddy Dalton on a MOMO Hub. Now the MOMO Hub was kind of difficult to find because it is dead stock, but I got one. It's on the car. I think it looks fantastic. The section of the exhaust that came off, I'm pretty sure just the slip joint loosened itself over time, but now I can't really reuse it because it grinded itself down dragging on my way home from picking up some side skirts from my buddy Frankie. These are Aimgain GS300 side skirts, and from rocker to rocker is pretty much bang on. I just need to have this section modified a little bit so I can snake it up behind this fender and then under the door so it mounts. But these have like this nice little straight line across them, which definitely complements the body lines a little bit. I know it's kind of sitting wonky at the moment, but trust me, when we fit these up, they look super nice. Now, I did say at the end of the last video, I am going to take the 531 head to the machine shop. I'm still going to do that in this video, but today's Sunday and they're not open. But today is 7's Day. If you're not familiar, it is a ceremonial day for RX-7 owners. Basically just rotary powered cars. So we're gonna go down the street to the local Mazda dealership and check out what's there. Okay, so we made it out. It's a little loud, so I'm gonna try to speak as best as I can into the microphone. But there's a lot of awesome cars here. TJ Hunt is here, Nate Hamilton is here, the Sunoco race team is here. They brought a bunch of cool cars, which you're gonna see right now. Alright, we're back from 7's Day. Had a lot of fun, saw a lot of friends, as well as some new faces, and I took way more footage than I thought I would need for the video, so I might throw some at the end of the video, I'm not sure yet. But now that we're back, we've got the 531 head boxed up, ready to go to the machine shop. Like I said earlier, it is Sunday, they're not open today. I'm going to try to take it over there tomorrow before work. Okay, it's the next morning. Let's take the head to the shop. just dropped off the head with El Charco. They're a cylinder head cleaning, surfacing service down in Dallas. He said that it should be done in about 2 days, so we'll be picking it up soon. So I just got home from work and I have a text from Rick at the machine shop. He said that the head already had a valve job done to it, so that's super nice. He went ahead and skimmed it and cleaned it up. We're gonna pick it up tomorrow on my lunch break. Also, while I was at work today, the PCV kit that I ordered from IPD got here. This is just a new hose with an oil separator box, a flame trap, and a breather. It's gonna replace this super crusty rock hard hose that comes out right here. That goes behind the oil pump inside the oil pan. I did mention at the end of the last video that I was gonna soak the oil pan that we tapped for the turbo drain in some more purple power to get more of that carbon off of it. I just need to spray it off a few more times and let it keep soaking. But yes, the 531 head is ready to pick up tomorrow. Right now though, we're gonna go get some dinner. I just picked up the head from the machine shop. This thing looks fantastic. So as you can see, this thing is nice and clean now. This is the intake side. Awesome. They did such a good job. The exhaust side was really the problematic side, like cylinder 4, because this was a boat head. This is the one that's closest to the water. So he got that one pretty good and clean, but everything else looks fantastic. Super happy with it. Let's take it home. All right, so we made it home with the head after the machine shop. You can see that the old paint on the valve cover is a little worse for wear, so why don't we do something about that right now? To start off, we hit the valve cover with some aircraft remover and some plastic razor blades to try and get all the paint off. You see me doing it twice because it didn't do a great job the first go around, and as well on the second go around, so I grabbed an 80 grit sanding sponge and tried my best to get as much off as I could before cleaning it with some isopropyl alcohol before taking it outside to start priming it. Now the primer that I got recommends 3 coats within an hour, so that's what I'm doing here, and covering it with a box between the coats just in case if some dirt or debris decides to float down and get onto it. Wasn't gonna have that. By this point, I heard a little bit of thunder, so I decided to take the valve cover into my garage to start laying down the white paint. Now I picked white, 1, because I haven't seen it before, but 2, I think it's gonna look really good with the color I decided for the engine block. And by the 3rd coat of white, it was starting to look nice and glossy without the clear coat, which I'm really happy with. However, I'm not leaving the Volvo logo painted. I want to have it bare aluminum like the OEM black. I really like the way that it looks when you have the logo kind of standing out on top of the valve cover, especially right when you open the engine bay. That's like the first thing that you see. But I might have bitten off a little more than I can chew. Well, as you just saw, I was painting and then I had the great idea to let the inexperience get the better of me and try to sand off the letters. The paint was a little bit too wet, or it was just like a little bit too thick for the 80 grit that I have. Either way, I took a plastic razor blade and I really just kept like digging into it, and it slipped out of my hand on the first V. It just doesn't look very good, so I'm just gonna hit it with a couple more coats of white and then clear coat and just see how it looks. I mean, I can always repaint it. It's not really hard to take off. I really just want to get the color finalized and clear just to make sure that I made the right choice on the color. But otherwise, I'll show you when it's done. Alright, the clear coat is done. Having to add those extra layers of paint cut into my time. It's now really late, so we're gonna let this dry and cure overnight, and we'll take a look at it before work in the morning. Alright, we're back after a much needed rest. The valve cover looks okay. I'm not really happy with it, and I guess the paint is still a little bit wet, which it's been about 12 hours, and it says it should be able to be handled in about 3, so I'm not really happy. I just got a fingerprint on there. I mean, overall, the color looks nice, but just like my execution of everything is just not great, you know. I like the way that it looks, don't get me wrong. I just am not a fan of how it turned out. In the grand scheme of things, though, it's not a big deal. Like I said last night, I'm not very experienced in painting metal. I've done wood and drywall, which is just pretty simple. You can just like throw a couple coats on and call it a day. But with this valve cover, I was really just experimenting to see if I did it right. I think I will eventually repaint this. Probably not anytime soon, just because it is painted. I just want to see what it looks like when we bolt it onto the turbo block. But I'm running a little bit late for work, so we're going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below with suggestions on what I should do next time when I paint the valve cover. I'd love to hear what I did wrong and what I could improve on. But otherwise, thank you for watching. See you next time.